Falcon fans, Falcon fans, and of course, good old Atlanta Falcon fans. You already know what it is, and you already know what it do. One time for the fan, back talking Atlanta Falcons football on the Falcons Friday. Apple Podcast, Spotify Podcast, Amazon Podcast, YouTube, Twitter, X, whatever. It's out there. One time for the fan, man. We are live. We are live. We are live. Go ahead and tag your Falcons friends and tell your Falcons family. One time for the fans, from the fan for the fan. Talking Falcons football on a Falcons Friday with T Will for ATL Sports. One time for the fan. And of course, Miss Carrie. One time for the fan. How
Good
is
morning,
everybody doing
everyone.
this morning, Miss Carrie? How has your post draft week been for you, my friend?
Man, it's been a dream. I mean, 8 days ago, just a little over 7.5 days ago, we absolutely killed the draft. I'm just so happy and excited for the season. I'm just been watching every podcast there is in relation to Falcons football. Yeah, I'm so ready for Falcons football to be here, honestly.
That sounds good. I can tell you right now, Carrie is definitely ready for breakfast with one time for the fan because we're talking Falcons football today, and we have a lot to talk about. I think it's been a couple days since we last spoke to you all. T. Will, um, really the hardest working man in YouTube right now. How is everything going for you, sir? Good morning to you, and of course, good morning to the former ATO Sports family.
Everything's going well, man. Just hey, finally getting back to some sense of normalcy. I think we were all excited last week, looking forward to what the Falcons would do, and I don't think I'm exaggerating when I say I think we're all pleased with the decisions that they made and the draft picks that they were able to not only accomplish, but also the undrafted free agents that we were able to sign. So all is well. I did kind of pull back on the shows this week just because, last week and the weeks leading up to it was a lot, man. So, to those of you for my ATL Sports One fans, we'll get back after it next week. But this week, I had to pull up on y'all, man. Sorry about it, man. I just kind of had to. Hey, man, had to. What Julio used to do? Take me out.
Gosh,
Listen, I had to do a wellness check on our guy T Will. I was a little worried. I'm like, it's been like 36 hours since T Will did a show. Like, what's going on here?
she
So I'm
a
glad you're
wellness
doing
check
better
on this
though, my
thing.
friend.
Even T Will had to sub himself out. That is wild. But
Yeah.
here in Falcons, universe, as we talk Falcons football, it's exciting this time of the year, right? And you can see that sometimes we have our show on Sunday. Well, our scheduled shows are Sunday, Wednesday, and Friday. But if you miss a show here and there, if you don't see us go live here and there, we have a lot of stuff to take care of. It could be work, it could just be other personal things. But when we're live talking Falcons football, it is a good feeling. With T Will taking a day or two away, we did a what 6 hour, almost 6 hour
Yeah.
stream last week
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. And
live.
I
uh,
mean, Jack, we're just getting ready for the Super Bowl because I'm not joking. When the Falcons win the Super Bowl, we're gonna be streaming nonstop. I
We're
mean,
doing the
we'll,
full 24 hours. Am I right, Carrie?
we're gonna Kai Sonata, yes.
We are going
sheesh.
to pull up just like one of those big time streamers like the Aiden Rosses and the Kai Cenats and we're gonna go 24 hours with this one, right? We're gonna turn this thing up when the Falcons win their Super Bowl, and we already mentioned it here first on one time for the fan. Like we're going to do that. So big shout out to everybody here checking in on one time for the fan. Chat is live, chat is lit already, already. We have us say super chat early in the morning for my boy Dwayne Ruffin. Good morning, one time for the one time.
Sheesh.
Let
Thank you, Deke.
Terry cook. Deke, we had to do the super chat early, man. Big shout out to Deke Ruffin, diehard Atlanta Falcons fan. I'm talking diehard Atlanta Falcons fan. Now, Deke is on the West Coast, so it's about 6:40 in the morning for him as he's up talking Falcons. So it doesn't matter where you are in the world, Carrie or Terry. It don't matter where you are, no matter what time it is, you can catch one time for the fan. So big shout out to our guy Deke Ruffin. Big shout out to all the fans in the chat. I'm talking about we are already live and lit. Smooth season in the chat. We'll do some housekeeping, as T will say. We got some things to talk about this morning. I'm gonna start off with some, not so good news before we get to the good news. But big shout out to Smooth C in the chat. Also, big shout out to A1 Forever Sports in the chat. A1 joined us last week on our draft show.
What up, A1?
Much.
Hey, good
A1
morning, Chris.
in the
Check out
chat.
his show last night with Smitty. They did a late night show. I want to say it was like 11 p.m. Almost, I mean, it was past midnight, I believe. And it was a great show talking about the draft as well, pop-up show. Really enjoyed it. I couldn't sleep, so I just let me see if anybody's live right now. Sure enough, Smitty and A1 were live, so check that out.
It's big to see the content creators, get out here and talk positive about these Atlanta Falcons. As you guys see some of the reports, except for one or two of the haters that cover the NFL about the Falcons draft class, we've definitely improved after the draft. I must say these picks that the Falcons have picked up, they're going to scare some people this year. And I'm talking about even some of the rookies. Man, they're going to scare this defense, this team. Oh man, we're definitely getting ready to turn some things around here in Atlanta. And if you look at the schedule release coming up on May 14th too as well, we're going to talk about that here shortly. I think the schedule is going to play in our favor where we're going to start the season strong. And of course, we do have just a couple tough games. I don't think everybody's going to say, every game in the NFL is tough. That is true. But just looking at some of these teams, right? Like the Colts, we talked about this. The Patriots, I don't see much improvement from those teams last year. I think the Falcons have improved on the level of if they're coached well this year, right? They're going to get out there and they're going to win some games. But we have the players to go out there and score 20 points on offense, like Terry said, even 20 plus. And we have, I think, right now on paper, the defense to go out there and get off the field on third down. I like what Jeff Ulbrich and Raheem and Jerry Gray and Nate Ali and the rest of these guys, I like what they put together in the past couple of days. I must say, very impressed. Big shout out to A1 Forever Sports. Once again, Dwayne Ruffin is here with the super chat. So early in the morning. Another one of our Falcon friends checking in from the West Coast. Falcon fans, and of course, Falcon fans. Big shout out to DSGB Hall in the chat.
Love it.
Carrie, your best friend Archangel is here in the chat.
There's Archangel.
What
Wow,
up,
we missed
Jabri?
you in the chat. Thank you for coming through.
What up, Jabri?
Big shout out Jabri, man. One time for the fan with the one-time emoji. It's pretty cool when you can have a show, right, Terry? Carrying an emoji is created just through the chat, right? I mean, they got the one emoji with the, the finger symbol, and of course they have the time emoji. You know what I'm saying? That's so cool, right? Like,
Yes, very cool.
come on now, Falcon fans. Like, we got our own emojis here. This is so cool. Lisa Shepard's in the chat talking Falcons football with us. Good morning to Lisa Shepard. What's up, Craig?
Hi, Lisa.
Craig is in the
Oh,
chat.
there's Craig.
Talking Falcons football with us last week. Lisa Shepard said, last week was a blast. It definitely was that. I can tell you that. Lisa Shepard also joined us on the NFL draft show. Thank you so much, Lisa Shepard. Of course, with the audio and technical difficulties, you heard with the Falconator, he was trying to listen to us with the PA announcer in Wisconsin, and Yuri had to put his headset on. He was trying to listen to us as best as he could in the bins. There's a lot going on, right? So if you heard any technical difficulties last week, we apologize. Miss Lisa Shepard did join us, show us what was going on at the bins. You can see a lot of people was there having a good time. She was in line to go get a picture with who's it? Was it Jesse Bates? She might go talk. Hey, get a picture from him. I think it was Jesse Bates.
I want to say you're right. Yeah, I want to say you're right.
It would have been great if she would have got right to Jesse Bates and then said, "Bam, hey, we're live with one time for the fan." But hey, big shout out to Lisa Shepard. I can tell you that right now, diehard Atlanta Falcon fan.
Lisa,
got boy Chase Cravey in the chat. Chase, he said, "Good draft picks, looking right on defense. Still a major concern for me is the center position." Cool thing about it here, Falcon fans, we talk about so much on One Time for the Fan. If we've missed the show where we didn't talk about AJ Terrell and Mike Hughes and what the secondary can do, we will circle back to it. As you can see, Chase mentioning the center position. Chase from DFU, shout out DFU. If you see Chase, as you saw right there, Chase mentioning the center position, maybe it is a concern for some Falcon fans because, Nuzeel, can he live up to what Dahlman had done before here with the Atlanta Falcons? I mean, I know he did play last season with us, and he was part of that, the 400-yard game? What was it, Terry?
I think the 500 game with Kirk.
Yeah, against the Bucks.
Yeah, against the Bucks. Yeah.
Okay, so it's possible that this guy can also help lead the way this season. I think we heard comments from Raheem earlier this year when he's talking with the media that it's pretty much New Zealand's job to lose. I mean, they might bring in you know some competition, but Terry quickly, we went through the draft
Right.
and there's no
Well,
competition for New Zealand. It seems like this is really
well,
New Zealand's job to lose.
well, I don't know because we did in the 7th round draft Jack Nelson, who I think could play center as well. He is a tackle, offensive
Hmm.
tackle, but I think he could also play center.
Hmm.
He could bring in some competition for that spot. So,
Hmm.
um, yeah, I understand that being a concern because we did lose Drew Dahlman. But I do feel like we'll be okay. With New Zealand. I do feel like we'll be all right. And I don't know. What do you think, T. Will, in
Yeah, T.
regards to
Will.
the center position?
Your thoughts, man. If you're a center, right? T. Will, let's get into the mind of you being a player now. You saw Dahlman out the building, right? You're next in line, right, to go get that center position. You
Mm-hmm.
see that the Falcons throughout free agency haven't really went to go attack the center position. Jonathan Gwynn is in the building too as well. Shout out to Jonathan Gwynn. And we mean no disrespect when we're talking about competition between players. They know this.
Right.
This is the business. Like
Oh,
Brian New
you
Zealand
need
sitting here looking at
competition,
Jack
man.
Nelson doing the same thing. This guy might take my job if he's a good center. It's real,
No,
right?
that's what a good football team has, competition at every position, honestly. Because then if you have no competition, you're gonna be comfortable with your job. You're not gonna fight for your spot. You just are comfortable like, "Oh, this is my job," you know? But if you have competition in there, you have some younger players coming in that are real eager to play and prove themselves, yeah, that's gonna light a fire, up under you as well. So I'm all about the competition. I can't wait for training camp. But sorry, T. Will, you can go ahead. My
No,
bad.
yeah,
No,
it goes right back to T. Will, man. What you think, man? The Falcons bringing an offensive lineman in the 7th round. Now you know how Falcon fans can look at it, T. Will. This is a 7th rounder, right? So for New Zealand, it's like mindset wise, he might make the 53. Let's not be rude here, right? Justin Schaefer, a couple years ago,
Right.
Georgia guard, 6th round. Behind that, John Fitzpatrick. Am I right? Georgia
Mm.
tight end. You saw what happened there. Everybody was like, "Oh yeah, with the Justin Schaefer, let's get him in again." You saw what happened there. Respectfully, you saw what happened there. So even with a 7th rounder, it looks good to have an offensive lineman in the building. You got to add that depth there too as well. But T. Will, let's get into the mindset of you as a player. It is competition for you, but right now you're the starting center. So how do you see it knowing that the Falcons went to go draft an offensive lineman? Is it competition really for you, T. Will, or is it more so just I just got to do my job and I can be the starting center?
Um, that's going to be contingent upon him. I mean, even though I think we signed an undrafted free agent that's a offensive lineman as well. But at the end of the day, look, it's how you perform, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's how you perform. That's going to either make your case or open the door for somebody else. So ultimately, I think he is in the pole position. I think he's in the lead for it. It's his to lose. And he did play 5-6 games last year, so he has that to fall back on. He does have somewhat of continuity with the existing line, and yeah, like you say, it's his to lose, right? So, but
Right.
I mean, even in doing that, and Kerry, I think you referenced this. Complacency is the enemy of progress. So to the
Mm,
extent that you
wow.
go in there like, oh, it's mine, that can look. These young fellas get paid too. Look on every position, and you hear this from NFL vets all the time. Somebody's coming to take your job every year.
Mm-hmm.
Every year, somebody's coming guys are drafted to take your job. So
Mm-hmm.
whether or not you're going to hand it to them, whether or not you're going to acquiesce, that's on you, right?
Mm-hmm.
So hey, it's New Zealand's time, but he has to grasp it.
Yeah,
He's got to
that's a good
grasp
point.
and take it and run with it with both hands. This is potentially a great offense, not a good offense, a great offense. So much in life, so much in the NFL is timing. We
Right.
had a great offense last year, but we really didn't have. Look, I'm not going to be negative. I'm not going to talk about our boy Dirk Smudgens today, but bottom line is so much is timing. We have a quarterback that can deliver the ball anywhere on the field. We have a litany of weapons For the extent we have, for the most part, we have an offensive line that's been together for 3, 4, 5 years. Our moment is now. Offensively, our moment is now. We are in the now. So it's very much there. But Ryan is going to have to be the guy. So a lot of pressure, but I think he can handle it. Just
I
my
think even looking at the offensive line too, I definitely agree with that. Looking at the offensive line, New Zeal would be really your next one up. Like when he said next man up, like you
yeah.
said, this line has been playing together for years. New Zeal has been on this team since Arthur Smith has been here. Remember Newsflash? That's the nickname Arthur Smith
Right.
gave him. So if you
Newsflash.
look at it, even when they drafted Bergeron, he fit in perfectly well. Matthews, Bergeron, Lindstrom, McGarry, they know New Zeal. They
Hmm.
know he can fill this role. It's his job to lose. Now, I will say, this week Falcons go sign some big name center that has
Mm,
played in the league for 8, 9 years. And he's been a starter. Whoa, hey, whoa, we got to pump the tires here. But you got to look at it now. We're just talking about it right here on May 2nd. This is what the
right.
Falcons have as their roster. It looks like New Zeal might be the guy to get that job. Big shout
Hey,
out to everybody in
Jack.
the chat. What's up, Kerry?
Can I add one more thing I forgot to mention is that
Sure.
in regards to our seventh round pick, Jack Nelson, I did see the Falcons did get some love from Chad Reuter from NFL.com. He had Jack Nelson as a sleeper pick for us
Hmm.
because he comes from is it Wisconsin? Yeah, he went to college at Wisconsin,
Hmm.
and they're known for developing offensive linemen.
They are.
That's like, yeah,
They
so
are.
that's pretty big. And he thinks that, with his body type, he's similar to that of Caleb McGarry, and maybe could
Hmm.
be his successor. Because McGarry's going to be a free agent after next year, after the season. So maybe that's what they thought about Jack Nelson, maybe a development guy sitting behind McGarry
Hmm.
as far as learning behind him. And I like it. I think it was a good pick in the seventh round. I mean, a lot of those picks are usually lottery picks, but it looks like he could be a good, backup plan as far as McGarry goes. And I do want to also say in college, he was a 4-year starter as well. So that's pretty cool.
Well, the one
Guys,
thing about it here too is what Terry, go ahead.
I'm sorry about that. In this draft, more so than any other, it felt like the Falcons were very fortunate to get value picks.
Man,
Where
yes.
like where you got nobody expected
Kobe Bryant.
well nobody right. You got him as an undrafted free agent, but nobody expected Jalen Walker to fall to you.
Yeah.
Right? You came back into the first round. You got James Pierce. You got the safety from Notre Dame
Watt
in the
from Notre
third
Xavier
Dame.
round,
Watts.
and he's clearly a
Beast.
second round pick. You
Killed it with the
double
Bowman
down
pick
and
too as
go
well.
and get
Love the Bowman.
another ball hawk. Like you
Yeah.
really, they say fortune favors the bold, but the Falcons really were fortunate in this draft to get their pick of the litter. Look, you signed Divine Diablo. So, I'm okay with you not getting another linebacker because he's comparable. He can run. He can do what he needs to do. But with the picks that you sign and the pieces that you got, you can mix and match. For this year, there'll probably just be edge rushers. You can add on to them. You can build them. But I really like a lot of what they did. You can add. Look at Xavier, whatever the kid, Xavier Watts.
Watts.
He may start this year. He may start. There,
I
there
think he's going to be the
I
starter.
see him in
may
a lot of
start.
rotation packages with Jordan Fuller. Jordan Fuller on that one
Yeah,
year deal, and you get signed Xavier Watts. You got to put him back there with Jesse Bates. Got to.
yeah. I mean, so I say all of that to say that the Falcons have arguably, and I think in a lot of cases, not in all, but in a lot of cases, the Falcons were rated the number one team as far as the draft is concerned, having the best draft or something like that. And I would tend to agree. I would tend to agree. So just my thoughts. Wanted to get you guys and your thoughts and how you felt about it.
I definitely agree with you. T. Will. They nailed it this draft, bringing in players that can help out other players in their position too as well. You have two guys, Jalen Walker and James Pierce Jr., that James Pierce Jr. is gonna be playing on both sides, man. He's gonna be all over that field. But Jalen Walker, you can use him in the middle, you can use him on the outside, put him in coverage, rush the passer. So that's good that you got those two guys to work together. And then you went into the secondary and you got some really good help with Bowman from Oklahoma and then the kid Watts from Notre Dame. Two guys once again that can help each other grow over the next couple of years here. It's working out so well, I think, for the Falcons. The Kobe Bryant move was, I think, the icing on the cake because you got him as an undrafted free agent.
Yeah, can I tell you that I literally, after, 7th round ended and technically, how our guy Terry Fontenot said, we're going to be, we're going to be heavily looking into and picking up guys in that 8th round, looking for value picks in that 8th round. And they did just that. But Kobe Bryant, what a steal. I could not believe he went undrafted. And the crazy thing is, I tweeted out, I was like, I cannot believe Kobe Bryant went undrafted. I I really hope someone picks him up. Like, he deserves to be on a team. And then literally an hour later, the Falcons picked him up. I was like, you gotta be kidding me. That's awesome. So, yeah,
Yeah, I remember you talking about that in the chat, and it happened just like you said it did.
that was cool. Like,
And
I was happy I feel like he's very good. I mean, in college, he was very good. And I'm like, man, I hope he gets picked up somewhere. And yeah, sure enough, our Falcons felt the same way. I love it.
The
well,
Falcons
not
have
only
11
that,
undrafted free agents too as
yeah,
well. Go ahead,
you
TK.
got Nick Nash. I'm sorry, Jack. You got Nick Nash and Quincy Skinner. I think Quincy
Triple
Skinner.
crown winner, by the way.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yes. You got. I mean, the Falcons really did well. I mean, there's nothing negative I can say about what they did. Of course, people have said, "Oh, well, you gave up a lot to trade back in the first round, but you got a first round pick, right? Which by definition dictates that you give up a first round pick, be it this year or next year. You trade it back into the first round."
And we've already spoke with Big Low Country. He had spoke about James Pierce Jr.'s career even last year was ready to come out in the top 10. So you got a guy who went back to college and he continued his path to success, and the Falcons did trade back up to get him. But T. Will, you got a steal at 15 because Jalen Walker some way somehow fell here. I have no idea how Jalen Walker even landed at 15, but
Yeah,
to see that
well,
he did,
the
big
Panthers,
shout out to the Falcons for that.
the Panthers. That's what did it when they decided to go with Tet, who, by the way, reminds me of Drake a little bit, but that's what did
Well,
it.
Drake watches film, so
Ah,
it's a little
Oh,
different.
wow.
It's a little different.
He's gonna have to start watching film now,
oh
I'm just
wow.
saying. But as a
I'm
Oh,
saying,
Falcons fan, I
let me
hope
tell
he
you something.
doesn't.
Let me tell you
But
something, Carrie. These players these days, man, they come out with the NIL deals. They got the
like,
Lambos
wait, NIL, like NIL Birdo?
Alberto,
and
I
like
knew it
NIL
was coming.
Birdo.
I
Sheesh.
knew it was
But
coming. I
if you're
felt
looking at the McMillan, what's his name? McMillan Tatat. I can't remember his name. I don't know.
Tet
But
You could
he
just
McMillan.
call him
came
Tet,
out.
yeah.
He came out and said he doesn't watch his film. I mean, he says he's gonna watch his film with the team, but individually he doesn't watch film. Do you not want to be great?
I
Right?
think he
Like,
said that
don't
is fresh.
Johnny Manziel this moment, young man.
I know.
Yeah,
Because
Why would
right
you
now,
even
that's what the
admit that?
Panthers. He's finna be in. But you've been Panther fans. He's finna be in the clubs, bro. He's finna be in the clubs,
I think he said that his freshman year, Tet.
bro. He's hanging out with LaMelo Ball, bro. He's hanging out
So
with the Ball, bro. He's gonna be in the clubs, bro. Like, come on, bro.
I'm
When you
sure
see
he
him on a
regret.
stream the day before a game, when you see him on a live stream the day before a game,
Oh
like hanging with
wow.
Kai and them, you're gonna be like, bro, what is going on here?
Oh
Bro,
wow.
man, he
Good
doesn't watch
morning.
film, bro.
I want to say good morning to Jeremy. And to his point, he said Terry finally drafted like Howie, and that's so true. Terry killed it. He went with value. He literally went with BPA at each pick. He went with need. Yeah, he killed it. Honestly, he didn't overthink it. And I feel like in his past drafts, I don't know if you guys feel the same, but I'm not talking first round. I'm talking later rounds. I feel like normally each draft, I'm like a little bit of a head scratcher there. Why did we, go with this guy over this guy? Just my personal, thing that I during the draft instant reaction. This time I did not feel that at all. I was like, yes, he went with the right
Mm-hmm.
pick, like every single round. It
Mm-hmm.
was great.
Yeah, Terry, I think he gave the Falcon fans what they wanted. Let's be honest here. You guys wanted defense, he gave you defense. right? But look at the picks in the years ago, like last year, year before that. I mean, we got Drake London in the building, right? They picked up Drake London's 5th-year option too as well. Shout out Drake. That is your franchise wide receiver down the line, man. Drake's gonna be here for years. Bijan, you guys know you want Bijan in the building for years to come.
Speaking of
Right?
Drake, he 5th-year option picked up.
Yep.
You
Yep.
didn't mention that.
Big time. Big time. Shout out for
Yeah.
Drake too as well, man. And payday's gonna come again down that line.
Oh,
It happened for Julio, it happened for Roddy.
he's
You
getting
know.
paid for sure. I
Yeah,
mean,
Drake's
finished
definitely gonna
what,
get paid.
third in receiving last year? Or no, maybe it was fourth. Fourth in receiving last year, ninth in touchdowns, ninth in receptions in the whole league. Yeah,
Right
he's gonna
now for
ball out.
Drake's young career, the only thing he's missing is just a playoff game, right? Just to
Mhm.
get him going mentally, right? I mean, he's a very good player. I think outstanding, right? But just give Drake a playoff game, right? Some of these players deserve, like Grady Jarrett, deserve that playoff game. He hasn't been into the playoffs since 2016, right?
I mean, we haven't had a winning record in 7 years. I think this is
So
finally
sad,
lucky
man.
number 8. It's sick, right? Just
Yeah,
saying that out loud is so sad, but I think this I tru and I'm not even trying to sound like a homer, like, super fan. I truly feel like this year, as long as Raheem calls timeouts, we're gonna be good.
shit.
S Sorry, I had to lighten the mood a little bit, but
No, I got you. I
no,
know. I got you.
coaching, to me, coaching is what it's gonna come down to truly, because I feel like all the pieces are there. We improved so much. I mean, like you said, T. Will, earlier, top 10 offense, right? So defense was a concern, and I feel like we filled those needs as far as our secondary and as far as our pass rush, the 2 biggest needs on this defense, and man, I'm feeling really good about this upcoming season. I think what it's going to come down to is coaching. Um, and as long as the coaches get it right, I think we'll be good.
Yeah.
Also, big shout out to the London family too as well. T. Will, you've been there at the Benz too as well. So big shout out to the London family.
Yes.
But yeah, Falcon fans, this draft class, this team schedule release coming up on the 14th. I can't wait. I can't wait. And we're spending a lot of time talking about the draft class, but don't forget about Berlin Trice, right?
Yeah.
He's coming back from injury. Fans want to see what Berlin Trice can do. I think we've already heard that Dorless will be used more on the edge now too as well. I mean, he's a big body that I think Falcon fans want to see get out there. The rotation that's going to be running with him and Zach Harrison. You heard the comments from some of the coordinators recently about speaking on this defense and where they're going to be putting players and so forth. And it's just great to see that. I think this defense is getting in shape and getting ready to go out here and, like you said, Terry, which is probably a top 15 defense on paper.
I would say, yeah, maybe top 20, top 15.
I
You
can
know,
see
Wow,
that
look at
happening right
you
now.
being
Jalen Walker.
conservative. Look
What?
at
No, go ahead,
you.
Carrie.
I said, look at T. Will being conservative. He said top 20.
well, I mean, look at
Hal Pooh
I
is
would
here.
say
Let's
top.
mention
I
Matt
would say
Ryan.
top
What's up,
20,
Hal?
top 15 is fair because
No,
top 20, top 15 with this offense, you can do some great things.
no,
Mm,
T. Will, to your point, no, I'm not even hating on that. I actually put that out on Twitter. I asked, Falcons fans, like, what is your thoughts on this upcoming defense, like the defense in 2025? Like, what do you think? What's your expectation? Do you think we'll be, top 20, top 30? Last year, I think we were ranked what, 24, if I remember correctly.
mhm.
Um, so I asked, or maybe it was actually 27th. But anyways, um, I asked Falcons fans, like, what is your expectation? And I was actually very surprised. I mean, I'm not, Falcons fans are very positive right now, and I'm loving it because we're positive fans over here. But
That's good.
I
That's
was
good.
surprised. Twitter, can be very toxic, and I thought, I would get some bad replies, but no, a lot of fans were like, I expect this defense to be top 10, top 15, like it was overwhelmingly more top 15 versus more top 20, 25, so that was cool.
Yeah, no,
I mean, you
I
still have
think
AJ Terrell Island. You still
yeah,
have Jesse Bates, one of the best safeties in the league too, as well. I think they can get this group together, right? Raheem, Jerry, Nate
Nate
Ali,
Ali,
man.
I'm excited for Nate Ali. I'm not gonna lie.
Nate Ali seems like he got the guys he wanted at defensive line. You're gonna be moving some
Yeah,
bodies around, but what he did in Houston, I think he can shift some things here in Atlanta, and we could see those, Morgan Fox getting to the quarterback. We could see those Arorus getting to the quarterback. Those Leonard Floyd. We already know Leonard Floyd, a veteran in this league, should go ahead and get between 5 and 10 sacks right there. But we got to talk about the health too as well. We need these players 100% healthy, right?
Right.
100% healthy. That's how I'm looking at the team, right? I'm not looking at them in week 4, week 5 signing some guy because a couple players are down, and we got to talk about some new guy, like how the Koo situation happened, and we had to bring in Riley Patterson. Then this guy's missing kicks, and I don't want that to happen this year.
Oh,
100% healthy,
sheesh.
man. Just let's go out here and let's get it done. We spent so much time talking with the chat, which is cool because that's what One Time for the Fan is all about. We do want to mention something that we have to talk about, and it's good
Oh,
old
no.
yes, Carrie.
Oh, no.
Yeah,
As long
we
as
gotta
it's
talk about
not
it.
Kirk Cousins, at least. But
Well, I was gonna mention Kirk Cousins because Zach Robinson did say that they're gonna use Kirk just like a backup quarterback, right? He's gonna be a part of the
Mm,
plan. He's gonna be part of the scheme going forward. And of course, Falcon fans, if they do end up trading him and he's out the building or he goes to another team, then that's gonna happen. But at this point, he's going to be in the building. So if we're showing up to camp in July, I mean, it's possible to say in May that he might be there, right? But
mm.
one thing I do want to talk about quickly, because we're going to get up out of here in just a few minutes, the Jeff Ulbrich, Jax Ulbrich situation that unfolded because the Falcons got fined for the for the situation, and we have to talk about this because I'm kind of upset a little bit here about the whole prank call situation with Shadur and the Falcons catching fines for it too as well. T Will Carey, just your thoughts on this. Falcons been fined 250,000, Jeff Ulbrich 100,000 for this leak of the phone number, and of course we all know the story now, right? This is not, you know, this this ain't old news or anything right here. I mean, so Falcon fans, your thoughts on that, Carey?
Tio, can you go first?
Uh,
I'm trying to think of how I want
Sheesh.
to.
it's fine. My thoughts are, thank God my dad doesn't work. And I'm tell you, I'm from the ass whooping. Um, so he makes 1.5 million after tax. That's what, 800,000. He got
Mm,
fined 100,000.
an
Uh,
eighth of your income.
yeah, yeah, that's
Mm,
okay. I'm from that. My dad would beat my ass. Like I'm just gonna be. Ryan talked about this. Ryan, the historian, talked about this in his From the Car series, and I am in 100% agreement with him. Uh, my dad would, first of all, to go on your dad's device and do that is tantamount to not only disrespect for him, but disrespect for how the man makes his living. It screams of entitlement. You are 21 years old. You are as the young folks will say, a grown ass man. You're old enough to know better. And then you're stupid enough to film it. My dad would have beat my ass. I can't. I can only relate it. 21 or not. Okay. My dad would have taken. Okay, you're gonna do that, son. You're gonna catch one today, and it is what it is. It is disappointing. But it's solely on his his son. Now, yeah, maybe he could have locked his device, but if you're in your office, the expectation is that you have privacy. This is your son. I'm sure he wasn't expecting him to do that. So for me, it's
But
about the disrespect for his father because that to me screams privilege, uh, foolishness, stupidity, and lack of forethought. And you know what? It's gonna follow him, and it should follow him. It should follow him.
is
If
this
it
like the Kyle Shanahan left the playbook in the book bag type of thing by the
no,
door?
no,
Like,
no, 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 no.
what is?
I
How does
think that was.
somebody get?
I think
Let's
that
be
was
real here. Let's be
intentional.
real
I
here.
think
Look at my
that was
phone. Look at my
intentional.
phone. My phone is locked, right?
Yeah,
Let's be real
yeah,
here, right? Carrie,
yeah,
if I give you the phone, you're not getting in the phone, right? T-Will, if I give you this phone, you're not getting in this phone,
yeah.
right? It's locked. How the hell is the phone or whatever device, whatever is out there? Is it a piece of paper that just has Shadur Sanders' number on it, like this, like a, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I think
how do
either
you
he had his
find
dad's
this number?
passcode, either he had his dad's passcode, or there was no lock on the device.
Even
One of
still,
the two.
Shadur Sanders
mm,
had mentioned on his stream that he gave this number this new phone
Mm-hmm.
only to who? NFL GMs and so on. I guess the NFL personnel. But my thing is too, why would the NFL send the number to Jeff Ulbrich, the defensive coordinator for the Atlanta Falcons? What does Jeff Ulbrich have to do with Shadir Sanders?
I think all of the coaching staff had access to it. I
Okay, so
think,
all the coaching staff had access to
unfortunately,
it. Okay, cool.
yeah, I think
Now,
unfortunately his son was dumb enough to do that, but I think all of the coaching staff had that because
okay, now,
nobody's gonna think, oh, okay, this idiot's got. Nobody's gonna think that.
and now, out of all the names that could have been sent with the numbers, Jax looks at Shadir Sanders and says, "Let's make this prank phone call." Right? No, hey, I want to say this now. Other kids got the prank phone call too as well.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if any fines have been issued for those kids, and I think Tyler Warren got a prank phone call. A couple kids in the 3rd and 4th round got prank phone calls. Muhammad Sanu even mentioned that he had got prank phone call too as well when he got drafted. It happens.
It does happen.
Cooper DeJean last year got prank phone call.
Mm-hmm.
It happens.
It does.
And it's recorded too as well. It's live. But they fined the Falcons $250,000 for this, right? Ulbrich is $100,000. He comes out, issues the apology, mentions how they talked to the Sanders family and everything. But Carrie, just your thoughts on this whole thing, because I don't
Man,
know, man. My phone is locked. Like, is this
okay.
information just open? Like, most of the time, your phone, even if you leave it open, it's gonna eventually, the display light is gonna cut off and go back to being in timeout mode. So, how does this young man get this password? Is this
Yeah.
information just on a projector right there in their office, and they're just talking about Falcons information? How does he know that the number is even set? How did he just randomly just picked up the iPad one day and said, "Oh, I know something's in here"? Like, come on, Carrie and Tiwa, help me
Well,
out here. How would
no,
Jax
so
just do this randomly?
well, he knows the draft is going on, right? And he's home from college with his friends, with his buddies, just being a dumb college kid making stupid decisions. But I will say he isn't a child. He is a grown adult. If he were to commit a crime, commit a felony, he will be charged as an adult. So I do think the son was completely in the wrong. I think it's not a child where, he should be held accountable for his wrongdoing. But for me, I think it was just he's a young, dumb college kid, honestly, making stupid decisions with his buddies. He's visiting his parents' house, on I don't know if it was college break or what, maybe, but I do know that his dad left the iPad probably on the counter or something, clearly without a passcode. And then the buddy's like, "Oh, let's go through his stuff and let's see what's in there. Let's see what we can get. Oh wow, Shador,
And how
Sanders
much
phone
do you think he
number."
saw the playbook? What if the friends took pictures of the playbook?
Right.
Yeah,
Right?
it's
Like,
very
there's so
wrong.
much in there. This is some Kyle Shanahan shit.
I tell you.
But
Well, I don't. I think Kyle. I think this is different because I think Kyle Shanahan. Y'all know how I feel about Bill Belichick.
That man said
Um,
it. He said, "I left confidential information out. Should have
well,
never
I
been
think.
out."
I think he did it intentionally because I think the playbook that he left for Bill Belichick was a distraction. I don't think it was a real playbook anyway. But I digress.
Sheesh.
Okay. Um,
Did it help?
I wonder. Oh wow. I wonder. I wonder when somebody's gonna sue
Hmm.
because you want that stop. You sue the person who did it. You come after them. You come after their future earnings, and I bet it stops. Or they get a lot better at it. They're not going to be dumb like him. Because look,
yeah,
if you or I did this, just everyday regular folk, I bet it be perceived differently.
Hmm.
I bet if we hacked into the Falcons and got the number and they found out, oh, we'd be treated a lot differently, right?
Would it be a different situation, T1 and Carey, if it was a different player? If
I
we
think
would have
so.
called
Probably.
Jack Kaiser from
I
Notre
think
Dame
so. A
in the
hundred
6th round,
percent. A hundred
would it
percent
have been
because
this big of a deal? Because what
no,
happened with the other players that got the prank call? I haven't heard anything about that this
it's
season.
very quiet. And the thing about it is it's all because of how big the Sanders family is in the media, how active they are on social media. They're very big into social media. And I mean the media itself loves to, cover them, which I don't blame them. But the thing about it is the whole draft Shador dropping in the draft was the big story, right? I saw
Mhm.
an article that said that for the ratings or the viewership actually for the second and third day of the draft were up 40%
Of
because of
course.
Shador dropping in the draft, everybody
Yeah,
waiting to see where he was
Mhm.
gonna
wait,
get picked.
so that's true.
So,
That's
for
true.
me, the media has blown it up because of who it is, because of how big of a story it is that he was dropping in the draft, and, falling out of each round. I think that made it 10 times worse. That's who he decided to do it to, honestly.
I still say if people start getting sued, shit stops. I'm just gonna be honest with you. You know what I mean? Everything's fun till the rabbit gets the gun, right? And then it's a consequence, and then it's I'm sorry, and then it's I didn't mean it. But until you do something about it, this will continue because people together on a weekend are just assholes.
He
Because to do this to someone, number one is foul, right? And it's funny the expectations that we have on our sports figures, we're kind of hypocritical because if I'm going to work and I'm interviewing for a position with my job and somebody pranks calls and says, "Oh yeah, T Will, you're about to get this position." Up, psyched. No, you're not. You suck, buddy. You know what I mean? Most people would be pissed. Most people would be offended. But sports figures, they just have to laugh it off. And I don't like it. I think it's wrong, and I would love to see somebody pay for it because guess what? I'd just love to see, if you had to pay $50,000 out of your future earnings, right? You know what I mean? As when you come out and you're making, I don't know, 60 and 50 is gone automatically. And you're yeah, I wonder what your thoughts would be. It would be funny then.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I
The
just
boy Tyreek Johnson said, "Make him wear Saints gear for the punishment."
That's funny, I
that's
love
not
it.
enough. That's not enough.
But for me, I did see that they said he will be doing, volunteer work, right? So I guess
That's
that's
still
how they
not that's
punish
not
him.
enough.
Well, I mean, yeah, maybe to you, but that's as far as I know, that's all the punishment he's
She's
getting.
gonna show it
I
to him
mean,
like
but
one of
that's what
those prank phone call like anonymous classes. Like, my name's Jax Albrecht, and I made a prank phone call to Shador Sanders, and everybody's gonna
oh,
start clapping.
wow.
Hello, Jax. Hello, Jax. Nice to see you. Nice to see you.
I mean, I don't know what else they could do to him. I'm sure behind closed doors, that's between him and his father. I'm sure his dad possibly is going to make him pay it back the money over time that you're messing with the dad's pockets.
Somebody said make
A
him run
hundred
the hill
thousand
at Flowery
dollars.
Branch
I said
a
that
few times.
too. I said they should have him run back and forth, during training camp. Let him be out there with the guys running laps, honestly.
Yeah.
But the embarrassment enough, like that kid is, I mean, he's in college, not that far from Atlanta. He's gonna be known as the kid that made a fool of himself, right? Like, I'm sure it's not gonna be funny. So I think for me though, ultimately it sucks. This kind of overshadowed, how well the Falcons drafted. Our draft was A plus in my opinion. We killed
Hmm.
it, and then this news comes out like literally right at the same time. It just sucks,
Hmm.
honestly, because then you see this everywhere, and you see it from the media, all these big accounts blowing it up. Even saying as far as Jeff Ulbrich should be fired, which is crazy in my opinion. Um, I honestly feel for Jeff. I don't know if you guys got a chance to watch his press conference, but his
Hmm.
apology came off very genuine.
Hmm.
I feel for him because how embarrassing.
Hmm.
This is your child who did this, and it literally, I mean, to your point, T-Will, about the whole job interview, oh, you got the job. That is embarrassing, but imagine it magnified times 100 because it's all over social media, it's all over the news, it's everybody's knowing about it. How embarrassing. And you got to
Hmm.
face your colleagues, and your child's the one who just cost your organization, your company $250,000. Um, at least we didn't get a draft pick taken away. That was my worry. But
We would
man,
have
the
to riot for
Falcons,
that one. You're taking away our draft
right,
picks and finding us over a prank call from a college kid. I mean, no, no, no. You
right,
can take the
right.
money, but the draft pick, oh, we fighting for that. We're fighting for that.
But
We we don't even have a first round next year. Don't come for the second rounder right now because we need our picks next year too as well. If we do, somehow draft
right.
in the 25 through 32 like the Falcons are expecting, then hey, I need a second rounder. It's just
And Jack,
disappointing.
I just want to say too, man, can the Falcons catch a break? Because we got to figure it out. We got to stay out of this being investigated by the NFL. I think this is the third time in 2 years. I mean,
Mm.
we need to chill on that because I I don't know. I'm just not I'm not a big fan of that. I mean, between this and obviously Kirk Cousins last season with the whole like tampering, um, the Bucks game away. Remember the whole like I think that was 2 years ago when Arthur Smith was here. He had a headache, and then they're investigating that with the injury report.
Oh, the Bijan Robinson.
Right,
When he only played like one play or something like that, or two plays.
right. I
He
mean,
wasn't on the
man,
injury
can
report.
we need to catch a break, honestly. I hope this is it, but this is like the I mean, going back to as far as the most like oldest and recent time I can think of is the Calvin Ridley thing with the gambling. Like, man, we need
Are
to
we
chill with
becoming
the
the bad boys of the South, T. Will? What's going on
Jeez,
here?
I mean, we need to chill with this negative press, honestly, and investigation.
Well,
Yeah,
I
that's
look
crazy.
at again. I don't think you know Draftgate rises to the level of some of these other offenses. It's unfortunate that this has become on brand for our franchise, but it is what it is. Look, it's not going to take away from anything we did. We had a great draft. If you ask me, and if you ask a lot of folks, I think the Falcons did a bang up job, and I think they had the best draft. It is. So let's focus on that. The media
100%.
the media loves to cast us as this disorderly lot, as just an organization that's running amok with no direction and no leadership, and nothing could be further from the truth. It's unfortunate. We're not the only ones, and I'm sure it wasn't just Jackson and his buddies doing prank calls. This has gone on before us, and it's going to go on after us. It's unfortunate. It's like if this happened to a seventh round draft pick, nobody cared, right? It happened to Deion Sanders' son. It's unfortunate, but again, I don't think we should lose the forest for the trees. We had a great draft. Let's focus on that. I'm not
That's
even
true.
thinking about that. You know what I mean? I'm thinking about week one. I'm thinking about Falcons training camp. I'm thinking about what do we do with Dirk Smudgeons. All of these things are going through my mind. The last thing I'm worrying about is one dumbass kid who did a stupid thing. So I'm good.
Falcons fans, hit that like, share, and subscribe button for my ATO Sports one time for the fan. Miss Carrie T. Will. Like T. Will said, like Carrie said, and like the chat is saying, we had a good draft. And don't let these negative things, try to take place of what we're getting ready to build here in Atlanta. May 14th. Carrie, we're days away. May
12
14th.
days. We're having
We
a
have
schedule release party, right?
schedule release party because the schedule release falls on a Wednesday. One time for the fan will be live on that Wednesday. We're talking Falcons football. We're talking about the Falcons schedule. I'm just excited to see that this team is getting together the way that they should be getting together. You already see the photos of them working out right now. Bijan and Pitts in Dubai, the Bleacher Report video, that's super cool too as well. Saw the pictures and stuff over the summer, didn't know what was going on. Then you can see some of the video too as well that's out. A shout out to the reporter from Bleacher Report that covered that. But it was Kyle Pitts, Justin Fields, I think, Bijan Robinson, was it
Jordan
Michael
Love
Parsons? Jordan Love?
and Micah Parsons. Yep.
And Michael Parsons, and it's just good time. It's just a good time to see, the Falcons getting together in the offseason. Bijan and Kyle, I'm sure they're talking about ways they can help each other in this offense. Michael Penix earlier in the offseason mentioning, working out with the guys, with his offense this year too as well. That was super cool to hear. But I think this team is getting ready to be back on track. The schedule May 14th drops. It's going down in a major way here on One Time for the Fan. An opening game prediction from Dwayne Ruffin. I think honestly, I think the first two games is at home. Unless they don't want to do it where the NFL, Rich McKay is part of that stuff. But Atlanta United plays 7:30 in September when the schedule drops on both of those back-to-back Saturday games. So I'm guessing unless they want to flip the field for that 1 o'clock game for Sunday, then the Falcons will have those two home games. I do know the first week in October, I think Atlanta United plays Sunday. That first week in October, so I think that's going to be an away game right there. I think the two away games going to be in October. It might be like home, 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 and then away. That's what I'm kind of thinking.
Yeah, I'd
On
be
the
happy
opening
with the
game,
home opener for
yeah, the
week
home opener,
one.
I'm thinking it's going to be us. I mean, unless Kirk gets traded to a team that has some value, I don't think it's going to happen. It's us and give us the Panthers week one. Let's just go ahead and just beat the shit out of the
Again?
Panthers. Yeah. Yeah, we ended the
Okay.
season with the Panthers last year. Let's start the season with the Panthers.
Didn't we start the season? Oh no, we started with Steelers 2 seasons ago. We started with the Panthers week 1 at home.
Yeah, I'll say right now, because no leaks have came out or anything like that. I'm sure we're probably going to hear about who's playing in Germany coming up next week. Those games will be announced before the schedule. Those international games should be announced shortly. But I think it's going to be us and the Panthers home week 1. And just a long shot. Us and the Miami Dolphins week 1 at home. Right? It's going to be a
Okay.
good game. That should be a good game right there,
I'm
too.
gonna early predict and say we play the Aints week 1, just
The
because I want
Aints
to start
again
out
week
hot.
1. Didn't we have the
Um,
Aints them week 1? Like, was that 2022? Was that 2020?
I'm not sure to be honest, but I'm just saying let's start out hot.
When Koo missed
Let's
the kick, what year
stop.
was that? That week 1 game at the Benz. Remember he
Was
missed
it
like the
21?
50 something yarder?
I don't know. I got that. I already got that out of
Who
my mind, to be
who
honest.
was that?
But
Oh my god, I can't forget. I think
I'm
we
just
can't
saying
forget
that's
about the
just my
past,
early
right?
prediction. That's just my early prediction. We're gonna stomp our division rival, the team in our division that did the worst in the draft, the team that is the worst in our division. Let's start the season hot and curb stomp our division rival. Week 1, make a statement.
Curb stomp. I love
Yes, I said it.
curb
ATL Forever
stomp.
Sports says, "Give me the Bucks week 1, trying to get the division rivals out the way." Georgia Texas boy said, "Give us Washington week 1." Hey,
I don't know. No,
sheesh.
to be honest, I don't want Washington week 1 because
Well,
I'm excited
Jaden
for that
Daniels coming back with
rematch.
a vengeance, boy.
No, Michael Penix is coming back with a vengeance because he
That
did
too as
not get
well.
that ball.
That too as
Didn't
well.
that game go to overtime? He didn't get the ball in overtime.
Yeah,
So I
Yeah.
think Michael Penix Jr. is coming back with a vengeance. But I do want to say I want our team to get time together, warm up. I would rather play Washington a little later in the season, to be honest. Get some cohesion, chemistry going before we play them.
agreed.
Terry Johnson said, "Eagles week 1. Let's go." We don't put the Eagles this year, Terry. We got the Eagles. He said, A1 Forever said, "Give us Washington week 5 or 6
Yeah,
from prime time."
I
We had a
think that would
lot
be
of
a good
prime
prime
time
time.
games last year. Carrie, do you think we get some this year?
I do. I don't know if it's gonna be as many, to be honest, but I do think we will get a few, at least 2 or 3. We gotta have some though, right? But I'm with you, A1. I think Washington would be a great primetime game, and I would like it to be week 5 or 6. Just so, like I said, for the chemistry to get built there between our players.
I think you can get Penix in a primetime game. I think a lot of people around the NFL want to see Michael Penix play. That Washington Falcons game was pretty exciting last year, right? And I think people was expecting Kirk Cousins, the return of Kirk Cousins to Washington. That was supposed to be, the guy. I think that's why they kept showing Kirk Cousins on the sideline too. Like, bro, you supposed to be in the game playing. This was your moment. But I can see Michael Penix. I mean, the
Craig says it'll be
Colts.
Washington week 1 for Monday Night Football Showdown. I want that game to be prime time, but I truly don't want it to be week 1, in my
I
opinion.
can't. I don't know, man. I'm not really into Washington week 1. I'd rather get them middle of the season. Let a couple players get
Right.
banged up on the
I'm not.
Commanders team right now.
I'm
Not saying
not.
we're ready for them, but it's like us getting the Bills week 1, right?
I,
We know they're on the schedule, but we ain't trying to
bro,
open against the Bills
but
week
you look.
1.
You play them when you play them.
You play them when you play them. It
You
is
play
true.
them when you play them, but it's like you gotta think about it. We have a brand new DC and brand new defensive line coach, and we have a lot of new starters on this defensive defense. So
You know what else we got, Kerry? We got guys who know what they're doing. How about that?
I mean that's true.
Shout
That's
out to
true, but
Philly
so
No
do
Late.
they, right?
Shout
So
out
do
to
they.
Philly No Late. Yeah. No, I
I
mean,
mean, I
you
have faith in this team, but my point is that a tougher team, that game last year was very good. And it's going to be good again. I feel that we got 2 really good quarterbacks leading both of the teams. And for me, I'd rather wait for this defense to get, cohesion and chemistry going. I'm not worried about the offense, but I would like the defense to kind of get it together.
Yeah.
Get
I'm
some
not gonna
chemistry.
say 17-0. I'm not gonna do that. Shout out to
You are.
Eric
my
Parker.
brother Eric Parker. Where are you, bro? Miss you this morning. Hey man, thinking about you. I'm not gonna say 17-0. What I will say is I think this team will be prepared. week one going forward, I think this team will be prepared. I think this team is going to come out and shock a lot of people. Look, we were within a stone's throw of beating Washington last year. I mean, if we get the toss, we probably win that game. Hell, if we get the toss against the Panthers, we probably win that game.
If we would
And
have took
that's
that
with
ref
last
the Chiefs
year.
game, we would have beat the Chiefs too as well. If that
That
ref
well,
wasn't-
we did beat the rest were just Chiefs alumnus, whatever. But bottom line is, last year we probably should have won some of those games. We probably should have beat Washington, if we called some timeout. So bottom line is, I don't care when we play them. We beat the Eagles last year. I don't care when. I'm not afraid. This is one thing about this team and what we've collected and what we built. I ain't afraid of anybody.
The one
Come
thing
on, come all, bring them all. Whenever you want it, we got it.
The crazy part about last season to this season.
Hey man, I'm DMXing this shit. I'm DMXing it. Hey,
Jeez.
If you want it, we got it. Come and get it.
Do it, T-Will. Do it.
No, don't do it.
Come on,
please.
T-Will. You gotta get up out of here. Come on, T-Will.
I'm not gonna
just
do
one
it.
time.
Sheesh.
Just
Go
one
ahead.
time for the one time.
Go ahead. I'm prepared this time. Draft night, I really wasn't. I didn't expect it, so it scared me. I'm prepared. Go ahead.
T-Will.
I'm not ready now, man. Come on now. No, I'm not doing it. Come on, man. Let's go. I'm not doing it.
Come on, T-Will.
Bruh.
There you go. Okay. There you go. You got it. You got it. No, but honestly, in all seriousness, Jack, I think this Falcon team is going to shock some people because I think they want to take the ball away on defense. Mm-hmm. And I think that they, in this particular draft, in this particular season, they got the players to do it. Mm-hmm. They're going to go wide 9. They're probably going to put James Pierce on the end. They're probably going to put Jalen Walker next to him, and you pick your poison. And good luck with that.
Look,
you still got Braylon Trice coming back. We don't know what
you do the crowd, brother. They were waiting for you, T-Will.
Hey man, love it. But like I say, man, I'm not afraid of anybody. Right. I'm not. This is. I feel, and I'm not gonna say. I feel
you're saying 17-0, T-Will. I get it.
I'm not saying that, but I'm saying, watch out to he who looks past us. Watch out.
We agree we're not going to do score predictions, right, T-Will? Because we're always going to say the Falcons going to win.
Look, I'm not saying 17-0.
But when we do the score predictions during the season, we're going to say the Falcons are going to win.
No, I get that, but that's in the moment. That's in the week, right? Yeah. I'm not going BLB and going, we're going 17-0.
Yeah.
I'm not doing that.
But you know how it is during the season. Falcons play 49ers tomorrow. All right, Falcons, we're losing 34-31. See y'all next week. That shit looks bad. You can't say NFL journalists, they don't give a fuck. They're gonna say, hey, look,
right.
This team's losing, this team. They don't care.
Right.
Us, different story. But
I'm not afraid of anybody. I'm not, Jack, I'm not afraid of anybody specifically in the NFC. Yeah. I'm definitely not afraid of Detroit because they lost 2 coaches.
Mm-hmm. And they just lost in the NBA playoffs this year.
Right. Yes, they did.
Everybody's going
great
fishing.
Game, by the
Lions, the Pistons, everybody's going fishing.
Great game, by the way. Even better game with the Clippers and Denver last night. Great game.
Quick question for you: did Bronny play?
Oh wow. Eric Parker's not in the chat.
Oh, that's right.
Wow. He's gonna hear about it though. I can assure you, he's gonna hear about it. Oh, he's
not
gonna hear
in
about
the chat. That's right.
I will say, T-Will, to your point, I agree with you. I do believe the Falcons are going to surprise the world this season. I did put a tweet out there yesterday. It said in 2023, the Texans surprise everyone. 2024, the Commanders surprise everyone. In 2025, the blank will surprise everyone. And I did say our Atlanta Falcons will surprise everyone. Because NFL, the actual NFL Twitter page, official page, put out a tweet, their rankings following the draft. They have the Saints at 31, the Carolina Panthers at 24, the Atlanta Falcons at 21, and the Bucks at 7. So yeah, I do believe we're going to surprise people because they think we're the 21st team in the league.
Well, Vegas has us at 7.5, is it? Or 6.5? I'm taking the over on either one. If it's 6.5 or 7.5, I'm taking the over.
Yeah, me too.
I think the Falcons have it this year. And, some will go as low as, okay, they can at least reach wild card looking at their schedule. Don't forget, we play the Colts, we play the Dolphins, we play the... Nobody's worried about the Patriots. Ain't nobody worried about the Jets. Nobody's worried about them. right? I mean, you got a couple teams on the schedule that's going to say, hey, this is going to be a tough game. You got to be on your A game. Every team has to do that every week, right? No matter if it's the Texans playing the Colts, no matter if it's the Chargers playing the Rams, they got to be on their A game, right? So for the fans that's going to be here, not draft night, schedule release night with us, we're going to have a great time. A1 Forever said, our time. That's what it's about right here on One Time for the Fan. This is our season, Falcon fans. I do think we're going to get back on track, right? And you guys know me as being one of the positive Falcon fans about this team and this organization, the coaching staff and everything. But, you know, I am a season ticket holder and a PSL holder too. I do pay my money to go see the Falcons play. And, you know, this has been a couple years here. What you say, Carrie? 7 years almost?
Yes, I did 7 years without a winning record.
7 years, not a
So
winning record. And
I would like to be the underdog. Yeah, let us be
I
the
will
underdog and we'll surprise everyone.
I will continue being a season ticket holder, PSL holder forever.
Love it,
I
Jack.
really
You're a
want to see my
diehard Falcons
team
fan.
in the playoffs come January, come February, like making that late run. I keep saying this to Falcon fans. The playoffs is not the same without that red and black on the screen. It just looks weird. It just looks weird, man. You need the red and black on it. It's kind of like Georgia right now, the way they're playing. Like, you know they're going to be in the college football playoffs. Just count Georgia in. It's kind of like for Bama, too, as well. I'm not a Bama guy, but I got to say it. Bama's one of those teams you can say, hey, they're going to be in the top 10. We know that. Ohio State seems to be one of those teams, too, as well. We know in the NFL what's going on. The Bills will be there. The Chiefs will be there. Right? On the NFC, the Eagles will be there. At one point in time, T-Will, Carey, it was the 49ers. Remember that? The 49ers will be there. Now we got to look at the 49ers and say, that team's getting ready to be, that team is shattered. We're finna go, I swear, we're going to smack the 49ers bad this year.
You think so?
In San
Wow.
Fran. We're going to beat the crap out of Shanahan in San Fran this year. That team is bad. I can see it.
Really?
I
Oh,
can see it.
wow.
And then Brock Purdy is not their future. I got 49er friends. It's not their future. He is not the guy. So we will see, Falcon fans. But CJ Hill's in the chat, the 11-6. Hey, that's playoffs right there. It's just great to see Falcon fans enjoying this off season. We're enjoying this off season. T Will's enjoying it. Carrie's enjoying it. And we'll be back to talk more Falcons football Sunday night. Probably go over, some camp competition battles that we believe is going to happen. We did talk about it before, but now with the draft class in the building, we can talk about it again. And big shout to, like I said, Kobe Bryant, a lot of these undrafted free agents. Remember when D. Alford was trying to make the 53 here a couple years ago? The impact he made during training camp in the offseason where fans were cheering on D. Alford to make the 53. I think Kobe Bryant is getting that type of love this year so far from the Falcons fans. Like, this kid went undrafted, and he is a very, very good player coming out of Kansas. So, T-Will?
I have a question for you.
Mhm.
So one of these cornerbacks is gonna make it, right? With
Yes.
with the addition of Cody. Who do you think has the most to worry about?
I ain't gonna lie, man. I ain't gonna lie, bro. If you're looking at some of these players on the depth chart, we're gonna get down there to,
I'll go.
competition battle Sunday. There's a couple players that, if you're on that 1-year deal, you need to be worried because your job could be in jeopardy. And that does go for Natron Brooks. I think Keith Taylor is here on a 1-year deal too as well from the Chiefs that we brought in the offseason. You got cornerback Lamar Jackson, and you got a guy named D. Alford too as well.
What about Clark Phillips? For
Maybe
me,
Clark
he
Phillips
doesn't
would be
really
the guy.
fit. I mean,
I think Mike
because
Hughes and AJ Terrell is good. I think they're good.
right,
Yeah, I think
and
that's
but
Everybody
you're
else,
correct.
it's
I agree.
here it comes now. Here comes that you got to go and work now.
Well,
Right?
my thing is that Ulbrich came out, I believe it was Ulbrich that came out and said that Billy Bowman that we drafted is going to play nickel. Because I know some people were confused why we drafted 2 safeties,
he did.
because we took Xavier Watts and we took Billy Bowman, but it made sense. He said Billy Bowman did play as a nickel some in college. So he already said that Billy Bowman is gonna be fighting for that nickel spot. And I'm not gonna lie, like I think he could win that nickel spot. But I'm just really happy that there's gonna be a lot of competition in camp. Yeah, but I think he's gonna be fighting Dialford for that nickel spot, honestly. But I don't
There's
know where Clark Phillips fits, to be honest, unfortunately.
the good thing
We'll
about
see.
it is on Sunday we can talk about these camp competition battles and really dive into it because the cornerback room is going to be interesting. Of course, you know what, like Georgia Tech the boys mentioning right here, DeAndre Malone and Arnold Ebiketie. Um, the defensive front too as well. I mean, you got Lakel London in the back, you got Contavia Street back there. David Amiata is still on this team,
And
right?
I
So we do have to talk about some things that I think Falcon fans
right.
have noticed. Does Koo get any competition during camp this year? Is he just
Well,
gonna be back there
yeah, he
kicking by
already got the
himself?
Yeah.
no, he already got the competition. We signed him to a three-year
That's
deal.
right, the young man
Yep,
from
yep.
Germany.
That's what I'm loving. We
Ooh
have
wee.
competition at so many positions. There's gonna
Let's
be no
go.
comfortability. I mean, and that's how you win. You
Let's
hold each
go.
other accountable and you fight for your spot. I love it.
CJ Hill said it ain't nobody safe. He said I love it.
Me
That's what I'm
too,
talking about.
CJ. I'm with you.
That's what I'm talking about right there. Falcon fans, just hit that like, share, and subscribe button. If you are here today, if you're listening, if you're watching, don't forget we have other content creators who are live later on today too as well, talking Falcons football. So make sure you give them a like, share, and subscribe too as well. Jamal D is in the chat talking Falcons with us. Let's get to some shout outs before we wrap it up. T, well, I told you, didn't I tell you what's going to happen? Because we love talking Falcons football. So let's get to some shout outs. We'll get up out of here. I can't wait for Sunday night show because we're going to talk about some competition battles, Falcon fans. We're going to talk about some camp competition battles that we need to be watching for, right? And if you look at right now, that 53 is building, T. Will. The 53 is building. Bijan's on there. Penix is on there. That go to the offensive line. Go to the defensive line. I'm almost at 15 players right now. So that 53 is building. So there's not that many spots left. We're gonna count up and see who's gonna make this 53. We think pre-camp, and then of course when camp gets underway and everything, we'll be talking about that too as well. But T. Will, Carrie, let's get to some shout outs so we can get up out of here.
Miss Carrie.
Shout out to you, Jack. Shout out to you, T. Will. Shout out to Bodie, wherever you are. Shout out to everyone in the chat. Appreciate you guys, coming through with us this early in the morning on this Falcons Friday. Appreciate you all. Hope you all have a great weekend. Hope you're as happy as I am with the draft picks and undrafted free agents we picked up because man, A plus. And yeah, most of all, shout out to Terry F. Baby because he absolutely killed it. He drafted like his job was on the line, and I'm here for it. He killed it, honestly. A plus for me. Yeah, so have a great day, everyone. I appreciate you all.
Hey, Falcon fans, hit that like, share, and subscribe button for Miss Carrie. T. Will from my ATL Sports, still recovering from the 6-hour show 1 week later. T. Will, make sure you get some rest today. Make sure you relax and enjoy your weekend. But what you
He has
got
a
for
show
us, man?
starting in 30 minutes.
Shit!
I,
I'm kidding.
I do have two more
Oh,
shows.
yeah.
You got
I
two
was
more shows today?
joking.
Yeah, they
I
are.
was joking.
That's okay. No, I got a show with Scott Callistic because we missed it on Wednesday, and then I'm gonna do a show tonight at 7 on someone else's channel regarding the movie Sinners. So we'll get
Is
into
that
it.
with Jordan or? I know
No,
Friday's usually with Jordan. Oh, okay.
Jordan
All
has
right.
something to do, but
Okay.
it'll be simulcast on my channel. So if you guys are interested in the movie Sinners, hey, come check it out. Craig says T. Will keeps looking down at his phone, ordering DoorDash. Craig, you are 100%.
Oh, wow.
100% right. I was in fact looking at DoorDash because hey, big boy's
Taking
hungry.
that hot deal.
So can we know what your order is at least, or where you're ordering from? Because I'm hungry too.
Well, most of the breakfast places are closed. So I'm probably just gonna go downstairs and take Miss Kim. And we're gonna go get us something to eat right quick. Real quick date. Got to be back here by 12 to work, but
Love it.
take the wife out. We'll go somewhere, get something to eat right quick. All well, but a little family time never hurt anybody. But no, seriously, to everyone in the chat, thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate this. Love talking Falcons with you, and wouldn't want to do it any other way. Shout out to obviously Miss Carrie and Mr. Jack Spade, as you guys are my teammates. And hey, man, enjoy working with you guys every day. We come get it and go after it. Hey, want to thank God for waking me up. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Jesus. And yeah, check me out at For My ATL Sports 1 on YouTube. The number 4, my ATL Sports, number 1 on YouTube. Come check us out. See what we got going. And last but not least, I want to thank Mr. Jack Spade and Mr. Eric Parker, as always, for giving me my start in this business. A lot of people are like, why do you thank them all the time? Because, hey, man, they didn't have to do it. You know, they did not have to do it. And I'm so glad and humbled and gracious that they did, because they gave me the opportunity. And I don't give a damn if I'm in this business for 10 or 20 years. Every day I grace the mic, I will thank them. Jack, it's on you.
Hey, Falcon fans, hit that like, share, and subscribe button. Carrie, one time for the fan. T. Will, one time for RTL Sports. Big shout out to Bodie's Best.
Bodie!
Man, once again, everybody who joined us last week on the draft show, thank you. Like, honestly, thank you. From 7 o'clock till 12 and some change. Even after we enjoyed that, and then after that, we went to go talk over there on Country's channel too as well.
Yeah, we did.
Man, I'm talking about, we are excited to do this.
Shout out to Country, by the way. Jack, he did a show last night. I tuned into NFC South Roundtable. So if you guys
sure
in
did.
the chat, if you guys in the chat didn't get a chance to listen, I highly recommend that show, because it was really good, and it was nice to see, what the other teams in our division thought of their draft. And to be honest, I even put in the chat, like, this Saints fan, I can rock with it. He was cool. Like, I feel like most Saints fans, I can't listen to them, but he was cool. So shout out to Big Low.
Jordan is cool. Jordan is cool.
Big shout out, Big Low.
Okay.
He also just dropped a new music video the other
Jordan
day.
is cool.
Oh my God!
Oh, yeah.
Records.
Thank you for bringing that up. That's his best work.
He's been telling me he's been working on these videos, and he got a lot of stuff he got going on, and it's like, yeah, you see it right there. Country always finds a way, man. Like, that is
he was wearing that outfit in the live stream last night, and he played the video for everyone, and everyone in the chat was loving it. It was awesome.
Great. Let me tell you something. Specifically, the cadence on that song. Obviously, Dre and Big Boy are two totally different styles, and he mastered it. Mastered it. If you've not seen the video, please go see it. It's outstanding. Look, Low is one of one, and we are blessed to have him. We are blessed to just be able to see his work, because I'll tell you what, man, just very talented individual there.
Hey, big shout, Big Low. Big shout everybody in the chat. Once again, one time for the fan, from the fan, for the fan. Falcon fans talking Falcons football on a Falcons Friday. We had a great time here this morning on One Time for the Fan. Breakfast with One Time for the Fan. Getting ready to go start my day. Once again, shout out to Miss Carrie, shout out to T. Will, shout out to Bodie 3000. And every single Falcon fan, man, because this is the year that, we can turn some things around and get some things going here. So big shout out to you season ticket holders out there, and everybody that could be potential season ticket holders out there. And if you're just a diehard Falcon fan, big shout out to you too as well. The Dixon Way is in the chat. Guys, say what's up to Dixon Way too as well, man. Shout out to Dixon
Way. Thank you. Good morning. Appreciate you.
Dixon Way,
check
man.
him out. He streams every Braves game. I mean, I love tuning into his show, because he's great at the watch alongs with the Braves. So shout out to him.
Hey, and the Braves are turning some things around right now. I mean, the Hawks, the long little off season ahead until they get back in the summer and in the fall, and same thing for the Georgia Bulldogs. Getting back on the field for practice soon, and I'm sure they're gonna be out there ready to go in the fall too as well. Same like those Atlanta Falcons. Craig's in the chat. DSGB Hall is in the chat. DSGB Hall met somebody named Meg recently, so he's giving a shout out to his friend.
Oh wow! Oh wow!
DSGB Hall, matter of fact, I forgot to ask you, did you go to court too as well?
Oh wow! Oh wow!
Well, she pled not guilty. Were you there?
Wow! Oh wow!
Falcon fans, hit that like, share, and subscribe button.
Oh wow! Shenanigans.
Yeah, we're taking this shit to the podcast. Nah, this is getting out of. This is getting. Hey, T. Will, you know what's going on behind the scenes.
I know. I know what it's going to be. I know what it's going to be later on today. It's going down. It's going down, boy.
Free brownie. T. Will, thank you, man. Carrie, thank you so much. One time for the fan. We'll see y'all Sunday night camp competition battles. We'll talk about it. Upcoming schedule release. We'll probably give a prediction of who could possibly be playing week 1, week 2, maybe a primetime game or two. I'm glad the fan asked that question in the chat, because now I'm super excited about schedule release, because on Sunday we're going to be days closer to the schedule release. So thank you all for being here. And go enjoy your Falcons Friday, everybody. Rise up, y'all.
Rise
We
up.
up out of here.
Rise up.